Thank you.
Post-international break, I'm sure you prayed hard for no more injuries, but can you just tell us where you are? Because I think you might need to pray a bit harder. Trossard?
Some positive, some others not so. Trossard seems to be okay, so he trained this morning and he seems to be feeling good. We will assess everything with the doctor right now, but he was able to do part of that session, so that's good.
And Saka and Rice?
Bukayo and Declan as well, they have the first session today, partial session, so very good as well.
And Ben White, because we got the news that we did the international break.
Ben is going to be out for months. Unfortunately, yes.
How long has he sort of been struggling with it?
It's been different kind of struggles. It's never been the same thing, but yeah, we had to make a decision. It's not been improving the last few weeks, unfortunately. We know that Ben is going to push every boundary, but it got to a point that we had to protect the player, and we decided to do the surgery. He agreed with that, and obviously that's going to keep him out for a few months.
A few months, so when you say a few months, that could be anything. Have you got a ballpark figure?
I don't know at the moment. We have to see how how he reacts post-surgery. I don't expect him to be half of a year, but I cannot tell you exactly.
And then we're done. Calafiore?
Ricky trained today.
Yeah.
So his rehab is going really well. He was able to do certain things last week with the physios. He trained on the pitch this week. We trained with us today as well. So he's back in the he will be in the squad.
And Tierney and Tomiyasu, and then I think we're done.
Yeah, Kieran not yet. He had a couple of sessions with the team, but not ready yet to be with the team. And Tomiyasu is going to be out as well for a period.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone left that we haven't?
You went through a lot of players at the moment, so not that I can think of.
Okay. I know that you like to break the seasons down into blocks, and in that last block, there were no Premier League wins. So I wondered how much you'd taken this time to almost reset yourself, reset the squad, where you've maybe got inspiration, how you thought about just getting your sides back with their mojo, the sort of processes you've been through.
Well, analysing everything that we've done, the reason why we haven't won games is that because the opponent have been superior to us. The clear answer is no. Should we won more of those games? The answer is yes. Do I like what our team is doing? The answer is yes, but we have to improve certain things in terms of especially how we have defending and attacking the box. But overall, I can think of a lot of things, but I need to understand how the players are, and the only way to do that, apart of communicating with them on the phone, is when they come back. And the energy of the staff and players yesterday, it was unbelievable. That's the joy of being with these guys in this journey. That's they love being here, they love to be back with us, and that brings the energy up straight away. It's not much that I need to do, but it's always good to paint the picture and make sure that we are in the right track.
And just one more for me about the other big Premier League news that's come out. Pep is staying on.
Yeah.
How is that news received in the Arteta household?
If it's what he really wants, and I'm sure it is, congratulate him. I already did it, and I'm happy for him because I want the best for him.
It's great for the Premier League. Is it great for you and Arsenal's title ambitions?
Well, we can only do what is up to us, and we have to be our very best to try to achieve what we want. What the others can do is not our decision.
Alex. Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Tomorrow will be your 250th match in charge of Arsenal in all competitions.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you how much you've enjoyed the experience.
A lot.
And how satisfied you can be with what you've achieved so far.
Well, extremely grateful, very happy, enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoy it because of the people that I work with every single day, and because I understand how lucky we are to be sitting where I am, and you always want more, you know. I mean, I feel huge pride to see the people that work in the organization, how they feel about the club right now, what we transmit as a football club, as a team, the people that I work with, but it's about winning. At the end, you want to win more, you want to win big trophies, and we are on that journey.
Do you have another 250 in you?
If it's about energy and what I love doing, for sure.
just on Nottingham Forest, 11 points with them in the table. Has their form this season come as a surprise to you?
Well, they've been really good. They've been really consistent. They've been top against the best opposition, especially. So big credit to Nuno, the coaching staff, for what they are doing. Very clear their intentions, how they manage to take the games where they want. Really impressed, to be fair, with what they've done.
Unbeaten at home this season. How much confidence does the home support give you playing at the Emirates?
Yeah, we love playing at the Emirates. We know that we have a unique atmosphere with our supporters there, and again, the way I saw the team the last 48 hours gives me a lot of confidence that tomorrow we're going to be full tail to go and try to win the game.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikel. How are you?
Hi, very good, thank you.
You asked about your 250th game in charge of Arsenal. What would you say your achievements are? If I ask you right now, what is the one or two things that you've massively achieved in those 250 games?
I would bring in the club together, 100%, lifting the spirit, giving a very clear DNA to the football club, and I said pride again, to be representing this club and these shirts from the players and everybody involved at the club in the way that is expected at this level.
Is the only thing you need to do now add trophies?
Well, there's not the only one. It's as you have to maintain a lot of the things that you do. Sometimes you achieve them, but they can drop very quickly. So it's maintaining them. That's a work that you have to do consistently every single day. But now it's about winning. That's the next step for sure.
You were asked about Pep's new contract. You said you were happy for him. You congratulated him.
Yeah.
Did you ever think he wasn't going to stay? Have you seen signs recently that he was getting bored or tired of the Premier League?
I had no clue, to be fair, and he's done that in the past as well. In Barcelona, it was every year. Then in Bayern, when I was there, it was very similar. But I don't know. It's his decision. He seems very happy with the club as well. So, congratulations.
And finally, from me, from now until Christmas, a lot of games, both domestically and in Europe.
Yeah.
More in the Premier League because of Liverpool's fantastic start and maybe you and City not having the run of form you'd have wanted in the last few weeks. How big is tomorrow and how big are the next 6 weeks?
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of game, as you said. It's about building momentum, getting results, and getting back-to-back wins, and that will create, again, the energy that we need, the belief that we need with a lot of the good things that we are doing.
Thank you, George.
Mikel, hello. Just on the 250, you must be very proud of that. I mean, that's quite a considerable. Arsenal have done, I think, 1,200, but you know, 250.
That's perspective, you know. What is a lot and what is very little.
No, but I mean, in your first job, that's
Yeah.
Are you proud of that? When
Yeah, it could have been much shorter, to be fair. Yeah. So yeah, especially in the world that we live right now, I really appreciate it. That's what I said. That my first word, I think, was gratitude, not only for the job that I do, where I do it, with who, and yeah, that's what I love. What I do. There's no coincidence. I feel really lucky, and hopefully we can continue for a long time.
Across those 250 games, you've had lots of ups. Can you just talk to us about probably the last 2 months or 6 weeks, how that's been? I know you've been quite positive going into press conferences, but you must feel like you've had some bad luck, some things go against you. Just what's it been like for the last 2 months or 6 weeks?
I know from my side is when I plan the season and I have a start and finish, and this is a journey. It's like we all go travel in the bus together. It's gonna be a bump. It's gonna be bad weather. So things are gonna happen. My thing is how I'm going to navigate, how I'm going to make the other navigate with me throughout that period. Because it's going to happen. It's guaranteed that it's going to happen. Unless we become the invincible, we win every game, and then fine, we didn't have to go through it. In the way that I predicted the season, it was going to happen. As many things that it happened? No. But I love how the team reacts, how the club reacts when there are difficulties.
You've just, though, before you went the Chelsea game, you said you want all the players to come back fit and healthy, so you might have Saka and Rice back. But now you've just told us you're going to lose Ben White for a couple of months. So how are you going to plan for life without him? Yeah.
It is a challenge. It was something that we didn't expect at all because, I mean, we talk about consistency, availability in the defensive line. Ben has been probably the best with Gavi and Willy. So we miss him, but that's it. We're going to have to find alternatives. That's it. There's a lot of positives as well because Declan is back, Bukayo is back, Jurrian is in a good place because he could not play the last game as well. That's the one that was missing. And Leo came back in a good place. Ricky is back that we're missing for 5 or 6 weeks. So it's a lot of players, and that's great news.
And Saka and Rice missed England.
Yeah.
Are they in a better position now for not playing for England in them 2 weeks for you?
I prefer when players are in the routine, in the rhythm to play. They couldn't do it because they were injured. So we have tried to facilitate everything that we could for them to be in the best condition for tomorrow.
And what do you want now? Just no more injuries for the next couple of weeks?
Don't even talk about it. Getting some normality, things that happen normally, not everything that happened lately. But again, it's like everything. It's a lot to learn from those periods, from yourself and how you can start to look constantly and get frustrated, and you have to get straight out of that, find for excuses or find for something else. The team hasn't reacted in that way, and I really love the experience of going through something difficult with them, because some individual cases were quite tough, to be fair, emotionally to deal with. But this is it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kaya.
Mikel,
Hi.
last season, before you went on the fantastic run that led to the end, it felt a bit similar to this in the sense that in the build-up to January you had a difficult run and then you had the break in Dubai. I know you've obviously not been able to go to Dubai this time, but do you see similarities?
You don't know if I've been in Dubai.
Have you been in Dubai? But some of the players haven't been in Dubai at least.
You don't know either.
But do you see similarities to last season in the sense that the way the players have come back for a bit of time away, do you feel like they can go on a run now in a similar way to they did last season?
Yeah, but not because Dubai. It would be too simple. It's because I see and looking back all the games, I look a lot of the position in the Premier League, what they are doing, just to understand what is the context that we're and how good we are in relation to the opposition. And I'm very confident that this team, the moment we find a bit of consistency and a bit of normality, that is going to kick on.
What is the key to it? Is it just getting the same players out on the pitch?
Availability. That's it. I'm not asking for anything else.
And obviously now it does look like he needs to go on another one of those runs that he did
Yeah.
last season. Is there any margin for error anymore, given how far behind you are in the title race?
Well, it's much smaller, obviously, when you see the consistency in terms of results that Liverpool are having. They're making, obviously, exceptional improvements and results, but we are there. We have played against them, and we have seen live where we are in relation to them. So that gives me a lot of confidence.
Mikel, I'll give you a break from football and ask you about Rafa Nadal.
Okay.
One of your idols.
Da.
I know you played tennis yourself. What did he mean to you as a Spanish athlete, and was there anything that you took from him about how he approached his profession?
We're just proud, for how he has represented the country, the sport. I think as an athlete, for everybody, it doesn't matter, you're a tennis fan, not tennis fan, the way he acts, the way he behaves, the way he wins, and especially the way he's lost, the way he has dealt with difficulties in life, it's just an inspiration. For me, it's a very special role model because, as well, I know him and the people around him, and how he had to adjust his career, adapt to it, and what he has achieved, I think, is phenomenal. It's like Roger. I think they will be there as one of the best forever in the sport.
I believe that during the break you went over to America to talks with the ownership. How big a topic was the January window, and have you been assured that Arsenal can move as quickly without Edu in the building?
Yeah. Well, it's always really positive to spend time together. Obviously, we had time to talk about the windows, but as well about the club, how they're feeling about what we are doing, how we're feeling about where we want to take the club, next direction, obviously Edu. It's a lot of topics there, but again, it's a joy to spend time with them because it's a lot to learn. They have so much experience in the sport. Because you feel the ambition, especially when you go out there and even that they are very far, how close they live every day with us and what we want to achieve together, and it feels great.
I know Jason Eto, Ed's assistant, someone who maybe not a lot of people on the outside know about. How highly do you rate him, and could he potentially step into it?
Very good, very good. Jason and all the team. So Edu and I go probably a lot of the price, but the work behind it is done by this guy. And Jason has been phenomenal. It's not easy to wake up one day and having to move to a different office and do a different job like it was for the team. But again, the spirit, how people react, how they're willing to, okay, that's it, that's the situation, let's move forward. With that ambition and as well with that determination and enthusiasm, that's something great, and Jason has been great on that.
Thanks, Simon.
Okay, with Tommy Esser, is there any sort of time frame
No.
on when he'll be back?
No.
No, you
No.
don't know.
He's going to be away now for a few weeks to continue with his treatments, and as well change a little bit the environment, because psychologically it's been really, really tough for him, as you can imagine. And he's a guy that the only thing that wants to do is work 24 hours to get better, and he feels terrible when he's not fit. So it's a real shame. So we want to give him the best opportunity to try that kind of thing as well. If he can trigger something, unlock something, and try to help him to have him as quick as possible back. But I think we need to be patient.
Is it the knee issue he had in the summer,
Yeah.
or is it something the same thing? And can I just ask you, just on Pep staying, I think a lot of supporters would have thought, you know, Pep goes, it's easy to win the title. But for you, is there part of the motivation that you want to win the Premier League by beating the best managers, and Pep being one of those?
Well, we certainly have a lot of the best managers in the world in this league, and that's enough. That's the challenge, that's the level. It's not about saying it on paper, it's when you live, especially because you know the level and how opposition prepares and the things that they do to try to beat you. So it's great to be in this environment and try to prove yourself and win.
Last live section with Nick Callow.
Hi, Mikel. Can I just ask you
Hi.
how Martin Odegaard is? Obviously, he had to go to report to Norway and
Yeah.
came back. How's he been since he played against Chelsea?
Well, he played really well. Obviously, that has its consequences, because after such a long time not playing, he needed time to recover. The ankle reacted, and other areas of the body, obviously, after putting so much load into it, it wasn't ideal. But he's been okay. The last day and a half, he trained with the team, and he's feeling good, so really positive.
What did you miss when he was not available, and what do you get now that he's back as captain and in the team?
Well, he couldn't, but we did all the things, and in some games work especially in certain games really well. But obviously, Martin brings everybody together. You know, he has this capacity without the ball, his charisma, his leadership. That's why he's the captain, and his intelligence to make everybody better and everybody click. You know, and that's a unique quality that he has, and obviously that has been missed.
And in the dressing room before games, during games?
Yeah, but he's been really implicated, really on it on that sense. But at the end, it's when you step in there, you know, when you have to go through certain moments on the field, having him makes life easier. But that doesn't mean that other players cannot do it or can do it in a different way as well.
Cool, thank you, Nick. 10:30 tonight.